Sunnahfollowers, protectors of the Sunnahfollowers, protectors of the Sunnah.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Come closer here, it's better. Inshallah, actually we're going to speak in the masjid. Most likely everybody can listen to it in different words. Inshallah. Rabbil Amin. We're going to speak about a lot of husband and wife actually. Is a ni'mah to get married. Are you married, by the way? How many kids you have? For now. Yes. In fact, it's good to be married, inshallah. It's not a farida, but sunnah muakkada. It's good to get married, to have a stable life. But at the same time, normally, when I get married, I choose the lady and she choose me. We sit together, we agree. In fact, we make details. We're gonna do this, the way we make a plan. Especially, I don't know, some people make a plan for the kids. Some people, no, we're gonna have this and honeymoon and this and that. But regardless, whatever agreement you have, husband and wife, definitely there are some kind of problems happen. It's normally problems. Impossible, husband and wife to be perfect life. Very soon, inshallah, you'll feel that. Impossible. Why? Because my brain and her brain is completely different. But my point, if I get married, especially have an agreement between husband and wife, we have to, especially when we have life, and if the man working, and sometimes she's working, and sometimes she's not working. Especially if he's working, is more problems. And more problems if both of them, they get money in the house. And the serious problem, honestly, if the mom, one of the couples, his mom home, or her mom home with them, that means we'll get in the Egyptian actually and Palestinians is حماتي. حماتي. You know what حماتي? إيش يعني إيش حماتي? حماتي mother-in-law. What is حماتي in Arabic? حماتي. حماتك اسمها إيه يعني بالضبط معناها بالعربي? What is the meaning of حماتي? حماتي. Okay, the Arabs say حماتي. You say what you say in your language. Your mother-in-law. Eh? كانتا. What's it? You use the same language? No, you are. I say mother-in-law in English. But my point, even the most likely is more problems. Most likely, not 100% by the way. You know, I have my mom live with me fully, but honestly, even me, I was a sheikh since I came to America, but it's still a problem. But my point, if the mom involved to raise your kids, is more problems. And a lot of divorce actually because of that. Why? Because I'm a man, I want to teach my kids some way, somehow. Most likely, I'm Palestinian, my mom Egyptian. He's Egyptian. You are what country, brother? Pakistan. You are Morocco. MashaAllah, we are international here. That means the mentality of you and your mom and your grandma completely different now in our situation right now. Me and Brother Muhammad, maybe our old style dealing with the kids and that we are older. But in present time, my way or the highway, most likely. Doesn't matter you have a couple excellent life in the beginning, but the moment you have kids and somebody else try to teach my son and my daughter, the problem is here. So what is the solution in this case, Muhammad? Solution, what is the solution? American way. You're scared, huh? Because it's life, huh? What about, not yet. What about you? You are married? You are married? If your mother-in-law or your mom in the house and kids and your wife, what do you think the solution here?
I mean, there is there might be some issues, but in my case, it's not. They don't live together.
Okay.
But I have seen it.
I like that answer. This is what I'm waiting for. Yeah.
I have seen it it depends on household to household. Like in the one I have seen for my sister-in-law, my eldest brother, she was quiet, so she would just take her kids to her room. She wouldn't start fighting back.
Good.
That's what I heard.
But now we speak about temporary time. But if the mom-in-law live in the house, it's going to be a serious problem. Why? Because the baby grow up, middle school, elementary school, middle school, high school. My way, the mom, the way she teaching her son or her daughter, I want my grandson, my granddaughter to be the same way. That's not 100%, maybe less than 1% this kind of life success. I'm talking about experience. I lived this before I came to South Carolina. I see this a lot. But the best way, do not make your mom your mom or her mom be involved to raise your kids, especially in the present time. Getting more problems regarding this is my opinion. Okay. Also, let's go to the second point. Normally, if the man working and she is not working, and the opposite, she's working and he's working. Normally, if both of them, the couple working, most likely, who will cook in the house?
The woman.
You are quiet. You are afraid?
No. What was the question?
The question said, if you are working and your wife working, and you have kids in the house, normally who take care of the house? The woman, your wife. Agree. But by the way, I know some family, actually Egyptian family, he's the one take care of the house, he cook everything. Brother Muhammad is smiling. He's from your country, by the way, or your city. My point, it is hard if both of them working and only the wife take care of the house because she make money and he's make money. Normally, supposed to have one account or she's account has an account, but we are watching the money going inside. Especially the mom here, who is watching the more? The wife watching the money for her husband is number one. And of course, and he start to watch more. Here, please give me attention here. But by the way, the majority of the problems is money. Between husbands, especially now. If both of them they are working together, the most likely is probably because there is money in between. And sometimes he's more money, or on the opposite, sometimes she's making more money. And here, it becomes a challenge. Both of them most likely, not me. I know some people actually have one account, and some people different account. Normally, if I'm working, the company give me the money straight to my account now. Most likely, to my account. But I have to have my own account. That means we have completely separate account. But as far as we have husband and wife, by the way, we should not have secret how much I have or how much she have. Has to be open book. That's my opinion. Why? Because I see some cases, many cases. In fact, in our masjid since I came here, one of the He want to know exactly how much she make, and she want to make. They hiding each other from each other, but that's the most problem. In fact, recently, actually, before I came here, one he divorced his wife because she refused to give me how much she have money in her account. In fact, after we give the amount, actually, believe it or not, less than $1,000 she have. Some people become aggressive. Why didn't you tell me from the beginning? So, in my opinion, to have a stable life in the house, you have to have open book how much both of them. Why? Most likely the money go to for my kids, for the house, for my food.
If they keep both their accounts however they want, but their contribution, if they both are working, if the contribution to the house should be same.
Yes, I didn't say yes.
They own money, but let's say if they're living in a house with mortgage is $1,000 and their expenses are $3,000, $4,000. So they both contribute $2,000 each, and then keep their money not that disclosed from each other.
Yes.
Is that possible?
Yes, very good question. If we give attention, when you got married in Pakistan, right? Normally, your husband and wife will sit together. You have an agreement. I'm gonna do this, and she said yes.
No. There's never like this.
Okay, supposed to be Islamically, yes, and legally, actually, you have a contract. Contract 1, 2, in detail, and normally before you get married, we have an agreement. I want to do this. She's gonna do this. Make a cooperation. We're gonna do this after that. Of course, my point. If we have an agree together, yes, I have this, I have to pay for the mortgage, so on, so on, so on. And I agree. The key, the agreements, covenant, promises. I will do this. You agree about that? Yes. Oh, sometimes it's not going to be balanced. But about the mortgage, because you just mentioned the mortgage, that's a good question. Many problems happen with husband and wife because of the mortgage. Both of them, they give in the house. Sometimes the house under his name or her name become more problems. Because this is recently actually, because I'm not going to give her anything. But you promise. Doesn't matter because it's a paper. Is that enough? At least you promise that's enough. Most of the promises you broke, both the couple, the husband and wife. You broke the promise between me and you and her. That means the husband and wife, the end can be a problem. My point, if you make an agreement about the mortgage agreement, it's better actually. Allah said that. If you go to the last page from Surah Al-Baqarah, speak about if I give a loan for you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said you have to have a contract and witnesses even.
Have witness or write it.
Yeah. That who said that? Allah. The last page from Surah Al-Baqarah. Not the last page, the one before the last page. About the dain that you credit and loan. And not say, وَاكْتُبُوهُ, I mean, you write it down. Write it down. So some ulama says sunnah, but Allah said, in fact, it's an order from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to write it down. Especially, both of them are working. That means there is a money in between. Yes,
So
Allah.
what if one of them is not working for some time?
Oh, no, okay. We're going to speak about if you are working and she's not working. Huh?
It gets complicated. It's not as
No, hold on. We're gonna have a solution, inshallah. Brother Muhammad.
We have to set the rules.
Yes.
That in Islam, the woman's money is her money. She has no responsibility for the man to take any of her money. She want to keep the whole thing, she keep it. The spending on the house, on the kids, on her, that's the man.
Yes, we speak about a completely different issue here. You know, yes, Islamically, by the way, if you got all her money, but but we're talking about if you are working and she's not working. Actually, you're supposed to be in charge with the house from A to Z because your money is number one. Your money is number one. Number two, she have to accept that. The key, she have to accept your decision regarding this. But if you have kids involved, then they have agreement. That some agree. We're going to speak more, inshallah. So, as the Brother Muhammad said, yes, it is good to have set 1, 2, 3 and witnesses, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran. And these فاكتبوا أن وشاهدين عدل. عدل mean a trust people to write that contract, not anybody. عدل, that means absolutely I trust that person. Yes, Muhammad. No, okay, all right. So, but also, okay. Now, one of the problems had actually recent days happened in our community. The dress, sometimes him, and sometimes most likely her. Most likely the way she dress. By the way, I know some sisters listen. Number one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught us how for the woman have a complete hijab. Complete hijab. What's the hijab here? What is hijab in your opinion?
Everything but the face and the hands.
Good. يعني as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يدنين عليهن من جلابهن ذلك أدنى أن يعرفن فلا يؤذين وكان الله غفور رحيم. Allah subhanahu in Surah Al-Ahzab said يدنين عليه. That means the woman supposed to be face, hands, and that's it. But now we have a style, right? Of course, if the man refuse about the way she dress, if she in the beginning she have complete hijab, but when she go to the market, she go especially go to the masjid, go to especially go to the wedding party. Now they have a birthday party. They have what else? What is the one they get married? Anniversary. Halloween. Halloween is wearing shaitan stuff. Okay, I just found out this like last month Halloween, right? Alhamdulillah, I don't know that. But anyway, my point, if we don't, this is for my sister here. Allah told us how to dress. In fact, wallahi, she is more beautiful, the woman, to have complete hijab. Especially some sister go with the makeup here and there and there. And the husband said, no, I don't want you to do that. He get jealous. In the same time, I'm talking about him. You know, it's his right for the woman. His right to give the right for her husband. Of course, because go to the wedding, especially the wedding, you have different dress and different colors. And in fact, the woman become to compete from each other. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَفِي ذَلِكَ فَلْيَتَنَافَسْ الْمُتَنَافِسُونَ. We're supposed to compete in what? In the deen. In the deen. That the competing, but between the sister and even men, not a lot. Dress, for example, a car. Actually, I hear the car after Salat al-Jum'ah when I went. Two kids actually speaking about one of the car, new car. And speaking about the car. Speaking about the car. And the kids actually wish to have this kind of car. I was so happy actually, at least the kids in the masjid. But the point, sometimes with this kind of jealousy, it destroy the house without understand each other. Yes, Allah taught us how to wear. And the husband is supposed to agree about what she dressed. Why? Especially if there is kids involved. Especially if she has a daughter involved in the house. Daughter involved, that means you're going to compete. My mom competing with the other for dress. I'm going to compete too with especially go to school. Especially in our South Carolina here. Barely to find, actually we don't have Islamic school except in Noor. And a few kids. I mean, as far as there is no Islamic school teaching our kids what's right, what's wrong, our kids easy to adopt the others. And don't blame the kids. In fact, blame yourself. Why you are living in an area there is no Islamic school to teach my kids? Number one. sorry to say that. I wish actually to have a school very soon. But alhamdulillah, we do Sunday. But Sunday is 4 hours. Used to be 2 hours, made of 4 hours. And now all my concentration, our concentration, not me, only all my sister, we have a meeting today. From tomorrow, what exactly we're going to teach the kids actually more Islam. We now not Quran and tafsir tomorrow also. And tafsir and aqidah tomorrow also. And tawheed tomorrow. But we already start, but now we're going to concentrate. Why? Because our kids become more involved. More involved, and that's very good things. But don't forget, a few kids come. And we don't have a teenager even. And I believe, alhamdulillah, so Yusuf here, some Musa here, some kids here. But when I see the masjid full completely, that means more kids. Correct? That's you have really, I'm leaving very soon, by the way. But I wish actually, before I leave, to start a school, not elementary school, weekend school, do the impossible mission, and regardless of all my respect, all the negativity in the past. Open the boys, let's start something for this land as a school, not a masjid, with all my respect. As far as we have a school, our kids, they will have masajid, not masjid, more than masjid. If they understand aqidah, tawheed, monotheism, what is the meaning of ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhad anna Muhammad. Alhamdulillah, our kids understand now because we spoke many times. In fact, every Sunday I speak about it. Alhamdulillah. But my point, what about the majority? What do you think? I know especially you are one, but if we forget the past and start from a new page, my advice, we're going to make a big difference. Anyway, this is back about the kids going to imitate the mom and the dad in details what they are doing. Especially kids. They can, why? Every child sponge. Not sponge water, take the water, absorb everything in the house. If any kind of problem, husband and wife, my son, my daughter in the house, they got adopted. Not only that, they're gonna apply it in the school in the beginning. It works, they're gonna in the house. Actually, recently, people came to the masjid and the kids, actually, not even high school, refused for her mom and his dad to enter her room because it's my room. It's my room. Actually, I found out, actually, when I contacted some people, many kids doing the same thing, especially now. That's why we have to be careful how to fix this problem very soon. We're going to speak, inshallah, about the teenager, inshallah, next week, more how to deal with the especially teenager. Teenager now, actually today, we have a karate class today. And ask our kids, do you have a cell phone? To raise your hand. The oldest son, a kid actually in karate school today, I think 14 years old. 14 years. I found in my karate school today, 6 kids have a cell phone. 6 kids have a cell phone. And I believe more than that in public school as well. So if we're not controlling the high school kids now, if they go to university, I know some people left Islam completely. Actually, not once. And wallahi, some kids become, the boys become girls and girls become boys. They choose. That's my choice. I'm free, I can do whatever. And one parents, the father especially, kill himself because of that. He cannot control their kids. And that's disaster. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide our kids, all of us. Ameen ya Rabbi. Okay, also very important here. The friends, al-asdiqa. I have friends, you have friends, your wife have friends, your future have friends, you have friends. Both of us, now sometimes in the house, alhamdulillah, my wife is not here, alhamdulillah. But most likely, if I see my wife friends in the house and I don't like her, I don't like her because he heard about the news about her. And the opposite, she don't like your friends. Okay? You have really to have a safe house to understand why I hate my friends and her friends. Why I hate? Because what? Because the men most like what? Because I heard she's so and so and so and so and so. And her husband, most likely, I want my husband to be all for me. The only solution, of course, it is a long topic. But here, this statement was my wife and husband, both of them, the couple, especially if there is kids involved. The kids become hating their own friends. We're going to speak about it, inshallah, more in details regarding this. But my point, if there is a school, my friends, I don't like her, my wife's friends, sit because logic, understand why, but I need a reason. For example, when we study ilm al-hadith, the science of the hadith, we go to the resource of the hadith, every person and his life story, every one of the hadith to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Husband and wife, the same thing. If you go to Ibrahim Dirwali YouTube, Science of the Hadith for the university, you know, that's why husband and wife is the hadith to be close to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Also to go, the friends of your wife and husband, your friends, that means I'm very close to my wife more, my husband more. You understand me? My point, I have to understand why I hate my friend on her friend. Why? What is the reason? Because 1, 2, 3. Of course, your wife, your husband defend that person. No, she is. She is so and so and so and so. But if she is in the household and still I don't like this person, what you should do in this case? American way.
The wife.
I see, but I mean the couple, husband and wife. She don't like her friend, you don't like her friend, and she don't like your friends. Yeah.
Maybe have a discussion on why.
Excellent. Discussion, logic discussion would be, yes, and what else? Number one, by the way, it is very, very important. But sometimes, no, I don't want to listen. I don't want to listen. I'm talking about, I'm the wife here. I don't listen.
Problem, maybe you have to go to an imam or have
Not the imam,
intermediate.
but mediator, supposed to be here. حكما من the family first. Family before the imam. Why? Because, I don't have family here. Brother Muhammad here, mashallah, we are close to each other. Brother Muhammad, 1, 2, 3, I speak to him. Or my wife, she go to his wife, speak, wallahi, I so and so and so and so and so. That is حكما من أهلي وحكما من أهلها. So حكم, that means a judge in my family. Who said that? Allah said that. It's number one. And we failed. Yes, you come to the imam or a trust person. The key trust person. The key trust person. Okay, yes.
But what the Sunnah of the Rasulullah
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
The woman, she cannot get anybody in the house if the husband doesn't want. And even her family.
True.
Yeah, so there's a conflict here.
Yeah. No, not conflict.
Yeah.
But in the time of the Sahaba, especially the people in Medina, compared to United States of America, so my point, he's right. But the Sunnah or Rasulullah especially the people in Medina, different than Mecca. Why the Sahaba of Medina different than Mecca? The woman in Mecca that like level degree in law, then they treat the woman just like a slave, not even her mom or her sister or wife. The opposite, complete opposite, what in Medina. They cooperate, they work together. In fact, the woman in Medina give order to her husbands. And Hafsa, the daughter of who? Hafsa radiallahu anha. Guys, Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu, daughter. You know, so when she argued with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how you do this? I said, just be the Sahabiyat, they do argue with Rasulullah. They argue with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So my point, the situation in Medina, situation in the United States of America, and situation the way I grow up, and you grow up completely different. Now, everyone his own prestige, right? You with me or not? So we have to have, number one, to sit together, mediator, yes, there was someone to understand the family. If we failed, you go to the Imam. But sometimes, by the way, the Imam failed too. But if I want to keep the house, both parties, we outside the house, meet outside. Meet outside. This is the only solution in the. But honestly, don't forget, any problem, husband and wife, they always involve shaitan in between. What is the job of the shaitan? We discussed it last time, to make divorce between husband and wife. So do not accept that for yourself. Yes, Muhammad, you okay?
Yeah. About what Brother Muhammad said.
Yes.
I mean, if we apply the Sunnah more, there will be, I think, in my opinion, there will be a compromise automatically from the woman's side, saying, "Oh, I abide by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's sayings, and this is much better for me." That already eliminates what you are talking about, the problems and like going to somebody for being a judge for who you can have in your house. When Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what he said, there's hadith, sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the husband chooses who can step into my home.
True.
That already eliminates that problem that we are talking about. Unfortunately, as you are saying, the reality is different. Yes, we have these problems. And
Yes.
Also about the other one you said about the marriage. The first thing you said previously on
The responsibility of the husband.
the responsibility of the husband. It's automatic assumption. The woman already assumes my husband is going to take care of me because it's already said in Islamic law, and she already knows it, and she knows her right automatically, and she's going to be, hey, fear Allah. You're responsible for the finances. Don't worry about my money.
I would love to hear that in reality.
That's the culture we have.
Agree.
That's how we grew up, because all our women are most likely compromising because of that.
Yeah.
When we face them with the finances, they don't even know how much money there is in the household.
True.
As long as the man is taking care of the kids and feeding her and clothing her, and there's a roof on top of her, she doesn't care if you have a dime or $1 million.
Yeah.
Most of the household is like this from where I'm from.
Actually,
And it's more healthy this way.
your wife came from your country, right?
Yes.
And your wife, American, still from your country?
No. Moroccan.
Moroccan.
Yeah, I wouldn't marry anyone here.
Oh,
Because of that problem.
okay. My point,
It's
brother.
all about money.
Yes. Wallahi, any husband and wife, the most important thing we discuss this, like, we will start this session every Saturday. If we really, number one, respect each other in the beginning and accept her opinion and his opinion, not accept the Safra, to listen to Muhammad just spoke. I just listen. Listen. I did argue with you. We're supposed both of them have the need, not the same thing. If we're not arguing between husband and wife, by the way, the problem solved. The problem solved if there is no argument. Especially if there's kids here, argue, yes, normally, yeah. If both of them, they listen to each other, number one. Why? Because a lot of things I want to say, if I cut you off, I bring something more and more and more and more. This is the only solution. Allahu Akbar. But recently now, brother, the games actually, may Allah give victory for all Muslim country. Right? I heard recently, the moment the game start, or what the waiting actually for before the game, and the whole, actually I'm talking, not in America, in Palestine, in Gaza Strip. That means we are in occupation. When the game come, it's become uprising. Especially men. No way to deal with his wife and his kids. The more the problem here, if the kids following that team and not following that team. Yeah, with the war in the house, I heard about this in America here, and I heard also more in the Middle East. SubhanAllah, I used to be in Tahlawi, and we used to be soccer actually. For example, Arab normally we're addicted to soccer, football. We're addicted to football. Like, SubhanAllah, when I came to America, busy with here and there, now I didn't even listen to it. But some people, like you, especially Moroccan, blind, Moroccan especially blind, I don't know what, blind with the soccer. You too, your country, with the football?
There's a lot of obsession, yes.
Yes, this is the problem here. It's, you know, if I am really want to need peaceful house, even go to the garage, now, mashallah, you had a cell phone, the games in the cell phone. You have to be in the house. And not only that, they love to have it very loud. I heard. I have TV, I didn't even open it yet. But watching the TV, I make it very loud. Just like you are in the stadium. That's honestly, you destroyed your life by default. Some people like this destroy the whole life for your household by default. And then, especially if they win, and if they lose.
If they lose, the TV is broken.
There's another problem also have to be solved. And actually, this is serious. Why? The games, the season is going to finish soon, right? When is it going to finish? Now you know.
Which one?
All the games.
Now they have the World Cup.
The World Cup. When is it going to happen? Very soon.
So yeah, to the end of the month.
Really? The end. MashaAllah, he's watching. Alhamdulillah, his wife is not here yet. My point now is more a problem. And that's serious problem, honestly. If we are not solving this problem today, we're going to destroy it in long run. This cell phone. A couple of all of them have a cell phone, and the kids' cell phone. Normally they are not even always texting, game, YouTube. Even they are eating. By the way, maybe there's no problem, but the problem increased step by step, and slowly shaitan whispering in the beginning, and more whispering, and more action, and more exactly this cell phone. Why I'm saying that? Because actually almost since I came here, almost every day people would discuss cell phone in the house. It's good to have a cell phone, no problem, but to use it when you are eating, and not only that, I heard when they are sleeping, the husband, not most likely, the husband watching the TV, watching the YouTube, watching the cell phone. It's supposed to be, the couple is supposed to be a company, companionship, supposed to be. Companionship, yes. See, Allah, we spoke about it, لِيَسْكُنَ, to live inside your wife and husband. We live inside each other. You know, you can see your wife, anything in your wife, but her kids, she cannot see her naked, for example, right? But you can see everything. That's why, يَسْكُنُ إِلَيْهِ, that means we are couple, complete couple, perfect to each other. With this cell phone, I know some people listen to us, the cell phone, especially when eating, especially before you sleep, believe me, step by step, you're destroying your household by default. We have to stop this completely. I know this, the tournament is coming, the COP coming soon, but my wife, suppose my kids, my household, more than that, because you cannot do anything. You just watch, and tomorrow you're gonna forget. Actually, after the finish, you are happy, but you forget completely the game. Yes, I used to play soccer myself. Alhamdulillah, I divorced now, divorced soccer, but not 100%. not 3 times, and I divorced it. But you never know. Because if the kids actually Sunday they play, that's why it's not divorce. When the kids play, I play with soccer with them, but with the kids. It's my job now. But my point, so as يعني الزوج والزوجة, husband and wife, wallahi, you can fix your life if you fix the relationship between your wife together before we do any action. Before you come to the imam, mostly before she call anybody, you call me. But I cannot fix the problem unless you find your why. What is the problem between husband and wife? Number one, what's the main problem? And they have to be fixed also. There is no now, because some people, actually I'm talking about my country, my way, and even the house belong to her is my way. There's no husband and wife says my way or the highway. Now he's my way or the highway. There is no highway. Without working together, understand and respect each other. Oh, by the way, this subhanAllah, we spoke about it more, we can speak more inshallah. Number one, وَلَا تَنَابَدُوا بِالْأَلْقَابِ. Sometimes you call his wife bad names. Bad names. Number one is haram. Haram to insult a human being, by the way. Haram to insult a man, you insult, but and sometimes, this is very important. In our culture, if his son do something wrong, أنت حمار, you are a donkey. In fact, he think his son, you are حمار, you are donkey. He's the father. Correct? Mm-hmm. And the mom, she said, أنت حمار. She's donkey too. And I heard this, أنت كلب, you are dog. Number one is haram. Plus, you are accusing your son, your daughter in the house. Any kind of insult in the house. Any kind of insult. It'll back to you sooner or later. We have to watch your lips and your tongue when you speak to your husband and wife. And some people online, your tongue, you can put yourself in hellfire. And your tongue, yourself in the paradise and the Jannah with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. الكلمة الطيبة. Allah says, وَجَادِلْهُمْ بِالَّتِي هِيَ أحسن. Speak with them in a nice way. This is the only solution. May Allah guide us to the right path, inshallah. When inshallah, we're going to speak about the youth, inshallah, maybe next week with Allah. Questions? تفضل.
Yeah, I'm gonna just, bottom line for this is, and Jazakallah for these points and what to do, and especially with kids.
Yes.
Because you mentioned father killed himself and stuff.
Yeah.
So my advice to everybody is that you gotta do your best. And you treat them good, you teach them the deen, you do this, everything. Just you do your part. Because in Islam, our deen tell us, you don't look at the results. It's not our business to do the results. You can plant a seed, but it's not your job to have the fruits. That's the job of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Agree.
Same for the kids. But you have to do your part. Then the kids go bad, go women, go men, go whatever. That's it, you did your part. And that's it, you don't have to kill yourself, because that's it.
I agree. Brother Muhammad actually gave a very good point. Everybody listen to you, Brother Muhammad. So, really, do the seed and teach and leave it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah, inshallah. Okay, more question? Alright, inshallah. Jazakallah khair, inshallah. We'll continue. Actually, I'll let you know, inshallah. Maybe a lot of people ask about the teenager, how to deal with the teenager. It's a very serious problem. Next week, with Nilan, a big research regarding this. We're going to choose something from the research to apply it. Actually, maybe Allah Azza wa Jal will understand something, how to deal, especially when you have teenagers, especially in this country here. Actually, nothing in this country. And believe it or not, yeah, I went to Egypt, I went to Morocco, I went to Turkey, here, there. I find always it's a problem everywhere. May Allah guide our kids, inshallah, and guide us how to deal with our kids. Ameen. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب